Well, hello everybody, and welcome again to a new Bajan Bao with the one and only Lisa G. Certified professional dog trainer out of Barbados. We're gonna heat it up a little bit with you guys here and bring you some fun about positive pet advice. We are a group of admins and content creators that try to bring good, positive, and professional training advice to every species that's available, or we at least try, right? So today we have Lisa G. Hi Lisa. How are you? Nice to see you again.
Yes, it is.
And we have Mr. Lewis Walton. Mr. Walton is actually the originator of the Pet Advice group, and we wanted to go over a few things with him today and just kind of see his direction for the group and maybe some overall advice that he could give to everyone. To keep it a nice, comfortable and professional atmosphere. So Lisa, open us up here. What do we got?
Hey y'all. So Louie, we've been making lots of jokes waiting to record this. So
yeah, we've been having a lot of technical problems, which you guys are all used to, by the way.
Yes. So Louie, we worked together on another huge group. It was over like 20,000 members, and we left there. And we created, well, you told me you had a group already and to come on over and let's get things moving, doing what we wanted, how we thought based on our experiences with the other group, how to do our own thing and run it how we wanted. So how long before did you actually have your group?
To be honest, I can't remember now, but it will have been from slightly before I joined the group that we met in. I tried to make one, it hadn't taken off, and then I had a brief while looking for other similar groups. Obviously, as you're aware, I had my disagreements with the way that some of them were ran and with the targets that some of them were ran to achieve, and then myself and yourself started again on the group, and at that point it was 6 people that probably couldn't remember they were in a group in a scarecrow with a hat on it tilted forward in case nobody noticed. So it's been a big thing since then, and it just got moving from there. But I'd say
what are we at now? 7,000?
Over 7,000 members now.
7,000
Yes.
members. And we have to point out that not all of those are professionals.
No.
A lot of them are people that have come for advice, gotten good advice, post pictures and updates and all sorts of different things. And we have breeders, trainers, behaviorists, and all sorts of people to answer any questions, veterinarians.
Yes.
So it's kind of cool that there's this big space that we can all use. So
yeah.
I have to say thank you. I mean, this is really cool to be a part of. And you guys started this. How long ago?
I have it noted, I think when Louis invited me over to say, hey, let's get together, let's run this group, it's yours. I have the date as the 14th of October 2014. So it's not even 3 years as yet that we've been up and running with such large numbers.
Wow.
So how what I did was I just added all of my friends. Someone's like, wait, what's this? Who is this? Who added me? How dare you add me? And I was like, so sorry, but I just have this group now and I wanted you all to be part of it.
Right.
Stay if you want, feel free to leave, you know.
But we could add them back again if they did.
No, I didn't do that. So
don't worry, you guys. My friends list is not being downloaded. So.
Aw.
I'm nice like that.
So Louis, tell us a bit about yourself. The idea behind these, so like meet the admins and content creators, it's so people, our members, can learn who we are. Who are these little, words, the names? Who are the names behind the group, the admins. So tell us your age, where you're from, your experience, which is your favorite pet, breed, whether it's an animal species, whatever. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, obviously, my name is Louis Walton. I'm 23 and I'm from the United Kingdom. In terms of favorite animals, that's obviously the dogs. Favorite breeds, now that's Springer Spaniels. I think they're the correct dog, as it were, and the other animals are all almost secondary dogs. Um, I do quite like them. It's mainly the behaviour side of things that I'm interested in with the dogs. But obviously, I'm wanting to get into the training and into well, I'd say the more educational side of things again at the moment, which is obviously the purpose of setting up the group was to set that kind of networking up for that sort of thing.
And what is your focus, your goal for positive pet advice?
As said, again, it is network, and I'd like to see, as we've got going at the moment, the bite-sized training thing we've discussed, haven't we?
Yes.
Right.
What I want to see is people interactively sort of working towards their goals educationally and professionally, but to be able to do that as a group. And I think for a lot of people in smaller countries at the moment, I'd say that the canine behaviour world, it's very American, Canadian, parts of Sweden, but in a lot of the world, it's very much quite out of reach. So I think it is an easy way online now to start moving things from place to place, to start getting that outreach for it, and to start making that research and those achievements available to people that are out of reach of the main sources of research in it at the moment.
Right.
So, Louis, I just put a picture of your dog.
Sorry,
guys, it kind of exploded a little bit. But would you be able to? What's her name? How old is she? Tell us about what are some of the things you're doing personally with your dog?
Shouting mostly. I've got a shovel with her face tattooed on it.
Tut tut. That's not very positive of you. You're a sham.
Well, I feel
to point out, he's shouting at his dog. It's because he's probably stressed because he didn't teach it the right way the first time.
I totally agree with you.
But the fun part is us as a group of admins and content creators will often text each other and go, what the hell is this? Why is this happening to me? And we're like, what would you tell your client if they would this situation, right? Like listen to your own damn advice once in a while.
That's so true.
So it's kind of funny because we actually do talk about these things a lot. So you guys get to see a little bit of our personalities outside of just this like professional trolls online.
Yeah. But tell us about Lola. She is not a Springer Spaniel.
No, she's not. She's a Staffordshire Cross Mastiff. She's about a year old. And as you may have gathered from earlier comments, she's quite a hyper little creature. But she is just all springs and energy at the moment. And kind of that's just what she likes to do. I'm playing with values at the moment. I'm making her work harder for things that she cares less about, and sort of seeing that and that you can make things a lot more valuable to the dogs, and that's kind of my current little experiment on her. But other than that, she is just kind of my half-trained dopey beast, which is how I like her, to be honest.
But
you have ambitions to do more.
No, well, I'll have her play about. I'll teach her things, and I'll have a look at how she learns them if I find something interesting, like I am doing with the value thing. But Lola is essentially going to be a family pet. She'll come to work with me and obviously help socialising other dogs and the like. But she will stay essentially as a family pet and not a working dog, I think.
Perfect.
so at best half trained.
Well, that's how a lot of my dogs were, because working all day, then training after work, I just didn't really have the time to invest, even though, I tell myself, well, I tell my clients all they need is 10 minutes a day to train, but it was always half-hearted, half-assed, that I never could dedicate a lot of time, as in days, being consistent in training my dogs, So I do understand what my clients are going through, that they can't find the time. But they were well behaved, so I didn't have issues. And I was never the competitive sort that, oh, I need to get a title on my dog, because I just did not have the time to be consistent. Have we lost him?
Yeah, I just lost his sound. Or is he being a jerk?
No, I don't think so. Gosh, technology sucks.
So what we'll do is give it a moment. I'll ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So Lisa, you've worked with dogs for a very long time.
Yes.
What's the actual years now? It's in the 40s, right?
Excuse me? No, I'm not that old.
But I thought you've had dogs for a very long time.
I've had dogs. I'm trying not to cuss you, okay? We're on camera.
Bitch
No, I've always had dogs, always had an interest in dogs. I think I was like around 18 years when I found out that we actually had a local dog training club, and I took my dog to it, Tango, and she was like a Great Dane mutt, tall, long. For some people, maybe ugly, but sweetest thing out. So I started with a local dog training club, and this was, 30 years ago. So I'm now in my 30th year of officially training dogs in Barbados. And it's been such an incredible journey, because I've been through it all. Back then, we were, traditional trainers. And we had this choker, but it was a nice little nylon, kind of like almost like a little, yes, but it was nylon, so it was kinder, not really, it choked. So I was taught to get your dog to sit, you choked it, you push his back end down. To get your dog to lie down, you choked it, you pushed it down. To get it walkingly, you choked it and you dragged it. A lot of dogs learned quickly to avoid getting dragged, although there were a few that will remain lying on the floor, like, just keep on walking, the dog will get up, and that's what I was taught. Food was bribery. Praising was fine. The dog had to work for praise. So you use a lot of praise when the dog did something good, but you use leash corrections, choking the dogs. So I was doing that from the time I was 18. Back in the day, it was 12 weeks. I remember every Sunday for 12 weeks, we had to do dog training. And we started with hey, Loki, what's Loki looking at? We started with...
the door.
On the attention. So we started with like over 30 people in a class, and then by the end of 12 weeks, it whittled down to maybe 12, And I was so good at handling and training her that they asked me to assist a couple of courses, and then they asked me to become a trainer. But there was no, like, okay, well, let's meet with the rest of the trainers, let's have a method, let's show you what to do. I became a trainer through experience of assisting classes. There was no, go read this, go watch this. Back in the day, was videos.
Yeah. They were like VHSs, though, right?
Yes, those big, thick tapes. Yes, VHS tapes. So I was a trainer for them for quite a few years. I became a member of the club. I was doing their newsletter. So I was like 18, 19. I was the editor. and I became secretary, treasurer, vice president. And I had the opportunity in 99 to go to the States, did a Google search. Well, it wasn't Google back then. I can't even remember what they used.
Probably Ask Jeeves.
That was 18 years ago. Okay, I don't remember.
No, might have been Google.
Don't know.
I don't know.
So anyway, so I found websites, and it was all about traditional training. I never saw anything about force-free training or positive reinforcement training. So I
Do you remember seeing anything about clickers back then?
No.
Yeah. It hadn't reached your island.
Well, yeah, our island is, the resources there is TV, which is more recently would be Caesar Milan. The books there, even now, the books are not really about positive reinforcement or force-free training books or so. It's all traditional. But anyway, so back in 99, I went to North Carolina. I trained with Jerry Bradshaw of Tar Heel Canine Training. And I learned so much because what was great about that, I learned about using food because before, in Barbados, the local dog training club, it was all about force. We didn't consider it force. We didn't consider anything was bad by using force. This is what we were taught. So with Jerry, I became a balanced trainer, which nowadays everything is, oh, that's terrible. But I learned to use food to lure dogs into position without even touching them. To me, that was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I could get them to sit, to lie down, to come, to walk in a leash, all those things. And to me, that was amazing. When the dog learned, right, then we applied leash corrections. And that is where I learned about using pinch collars, pinch prong collars. I did use a shock collar just for one dog that came in for more advanced training. But I do have to say, with the shock collar, the dog already knew basic obedience training, and we only ever used it when we were teaching off-leash work. But how we introduced it was you brought in the new, which was the shock, and then you added the familiar. So for example, if you wanted your dog to sit, you told your dog to sit, you knew it, the dog knew it, and it didn't sit, you applied the new shock, quick little zap, and then the leash correction, which is what was familiar.
Right.
So in that
case, we can dork out right now.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, what happened is the electric shock was an unconditioned
yes.
reinforcer. And then the choke was a conditioned reinforcer, something that they already knew. So what you do is when you stack the unconditioned and then apply a conditioned, it assimilates the two together. Same like we do with a clicker and a tree. We apply the unconditioned with something that is conditioned, and it makes it pleasurable for future occurrences. So if they didn't want the leash correction, they would stop with the shock correction.
Mm-hmm.
This is positive punishment. This is a completely opposite end of the spectrum from where we usually operate. But I just wanted to give you guys the background so you can actually see where the science of traditional compulsive dog training versus modern and progressive dog training.
That's right. So I don't want to dwell too much on the shocking but I just do want to let people know that we didn't just randomly shock the hell out of the dog.
Right.
The dog was taught what it meant. And I like to try things for myself. So when I had the pinch collar, like when I first was like, oh my gosh, that's like horrendous looking. That looks like a torture device. I put it on my arm and I was there yanking. Now, to be fair, dogs are a lot more sensitive. They feel more than we do. And that little tiny bit of yanking, it didn't hurt me. compared to if a dog is lunging at something and you yank all the way back. Well, they're going to feel that. And the same thing too with the shock collar. When I got them to put it on my thigh, I would say, okay, it's on me now. All right, I'm ready. And they go, no, 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 not yet. Okay, okay, I'm ready now. And I was back and forth until they just shocked the hell out of me, right? Because I was just totally wussing out, you know?
Well,
And
that's the one thing that's always important to remember. If you're one of those people, like you want to try it on yourself or whatever, because we all get those thoughts in our head.
Yes.
It's really important that you give the remote control to somebody else.
Yes.
Because if you're doing it yourself, you can prep in advance and you know that it's actually coming. Where if you want the full familiar concept, somebody else should be shocking you because you don't know when it's coming.
Yes, that's
So
right.
keep that in
And
mind.
I was getting all worried. I was like, okay, okay, I'm ready now. No, 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 not yet. And it's like the uncertainty and the not sure. But when I did finally get shocked, it was not that bad.
Right.
But it was not cranked all the way up, okay? Because shock collars could go from 0 to 100 depending on the brand and so. So I felt it at like 30, which was just a little kind of more like a tens machine.
Right.
I am not advocating shock collars, but most people are ignorant that they don't understand how it works. And most people are stupid, just like they just want to shock the hell out of a dog to get a reaction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I felt was minor. And so that's my introduction to shock collars. It was not that bad, as in we just didn't shock a dog just for any and everything.
But it's still important to understand that when you went to go put it on yourself, you were nervous.
Yes.
Because you know that there can be a shock there. So understanding that little bit of that fear imprint that's overlying there, the dog also is going to have that, or the animal is also going to have that in there. So it's really important to understand that you can use it properly, but you're still going to have some sort of fear response because there is a pain or an uncomfortable stimulus that goes with the mind.
So from 99, I said I was in the States. I was there for 3 months. I learned this new method of luring, rewarding the dogs, and it was fantastic. I loved it. I also did personal protection training where I trained dogs for searching for drugs, pseudo drugs, not the real thing, to attack. So I trained dogs for sports, of course, and I really enjoyed that work because our training field was like the size of a football field, and we would go through different scenarios. You have the guy in his bite suit, and you're telling to freeze, and he puts his hands up, just going through everything that what a police would do, or even in a protection sports. So I totally enjoyed that because it was so completely new to me.
Right.
So it was fantastic, and as I said, doing the searching for drugs, it was all of that was I just learned so much while I was there. So I became a balance trainer.
Crossing over in about 99?
No. In a way, crossing over, but that was from traditional to being a balance trainer. Okay. Then when I came back home after 3 months there, I introduced treats, and I was known as, oh, that's bribery. The dog will never listen without treats. And it's like this for the other trainers, and they had no idea because they never worked with me. No, I lie. One trainer did. She had a puppy, so we did the learn reward methods, and the funny thing is, I was still branded as, oh, she's the bribery trainer. The dogs will never listen without treats. But yet, in agility, they're using treats to lure the dogs over the frames and they're rewarding the dogs with treats. But when it came to obedience training, they never used treats.
Nope.
Yeah. But the good thing is, I'm so pleased to see that a lot of the trainers and the same trainers who have said, oh no, they will never work for treats, bribery, yada yada, they're actually using treats now. So I'm glad about that, you know.
Treat fairy approved. I mean,
Yes,
I hand
definitely.
out treats like it's nobody's business.
Yeah. Shall we try and see if
Yeah,
Louis
I wanted to see if he can bounce back in.
talk?
No.
Nothing?
Can he
So
hear?
what about
Can
if
he hear
we?
us?
Yeah, I think he
I
can.
would have to close the call and call back.
Well, do you have to close me off? Can you just end him and redial?
Good question.
Yes. So while we're doing that, he's just sitting looking pretty.
Hang up your butt.
What?
No, him. Hang up.
Oh,
And call
you
me
hang
back.
up, Louis.
Hang up.
You hang up and call us.
Yeah. With your little tiger over your shoulder over there. So Lisa, when you started crossing over, what made you decide to do that?
It was based on a client, and as time went by, because I started the business in 99, July of 99, and I think it was like around 2013, Pat, she had a Jack Russell Sam, and we went through luring into position and rewarding for correct positions for healing.
Right.
But she was one of those few clients who would actually do her homework, will actually take her dog walking. And even after the course was finished, she was still in contact and communicating. And she was just saying like all the frustrations of, little Jack Russell pulling her constantly. And she was a tall lady, but he's still dragging her and making the walks unpleasant. And back then, I subscribed to the dominance theory, and you have to be the leader of the pack and all of that BS. But I still never quite followed. Oh well, dogs aren't allowed on the chairs or the beds. It's like it's up to you if that's what you want. I never subscribed to the stupid theory that oh well, your dog can't go in front of you because it's trying to be the leader. And it's like no, the dog needs to pee, so it's running outside. Dogs go faster than us, so
Do
didn't
we
matter.
have sound from Lewis?
Louis.
Yes.
Oh yay! So
Good.
you and Lewis can have a little conversation now.
All right. Well, let me just finish up. I could talk a lot.
I think we all can.
Yeah. So from her, then she was frustrated. I was frustrated that the dog is still pulling and yanking her arm out. So I started to check things on Facebook. I was on Facebook for ages, but then I had rejoined membership of the Association of Professional Dog Trainers, and I saw their post. That's right.
We're both on the marketing community, so if we didn't do that, we'd be done. Go for it.
And then so people were commenting and checking to see like who the page had liked. And then I discovered a whole new world of dog trainers and Facebook pages belonging to dog trainers. And I started to ask people a whole bunch of questions, and they kind of became my mentors. And it was in 2013 that I found Renee Dams of Positively Unleashed. She was the first person I actually did an interview with on.
Which you have an interview coming up with her because I really want to get you guys in a discussion.
Okay, we could do that.
Yeah.
So I did my first clicker training course with her online, and she was basically. I remember. I said, but I talk so much, Renee. What can I do to shut up? Oh, just put duct tape over your mouth. It's like, thanks, Renee. So
I tell all of my clients that if we intro clickers, I'm like, here's some duct tape.
Yeah. Shut you up.
Yeah, exactly.
So I started a crossover, a bit before her because I was asking a whole bunch of questions, and so with a whole bunch of different people. And it was great, did her course, and then from there, I would say, I started to cross over. So from 2013, and I'm still learning so much. And even though it's going on 30 years, I actually feel like a total beginner because of the positive reinforcement, force-free methods. I'm still learning it, so I'm very unsure. I know a lot, but I still doubt myself a lot.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. But I want to go back to Lewis, English.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, yes.
So what are your ambitions, Lewis?
At the moment, I'm wanting to get myself into the training side of things. As said, long term, I do want to be working on behaviour, but for now, I'm just wanting to set up a local class, kind of get my name out there in the local area, get a bit more experience under my belt with that. As said, in terms of qualifications, I'm a lot more at the moment research based than I am educated or.
But the cool part to point out too, as Lisa mentioned, she kind of found a few mentors online and things like that. Lewis has actually started blow up your spot, but has reached out to me before, and I have been providing him with different resources and classes, programs, things like that. So hopefully in the next year or so, you kind of start to build up that confidence in yourself a little bit as a technician. I know Lisa has a couple years under her belt now, but she feels like she doesn't have enough. And
yes.
And I'm honest. There's every once in a while I doubt myself too. It's just normal. So Lewis, keep it up. You're doing great. You're on the right path. You have an amazing group of people that are willing to help you, guide you, mentor you. And you started such a progressive and modern group.
But
the information it's ridiculous. We have
that is so much. Group near what we are trying to put out there is having that availability and that circle of people with the professional advice and with the different clientele and being able to see what's out there and have that. I've said, especially in areas at the moment where there isn't really that much movement in positive training with dogs.
And the cool part is I think we're the only group that has content creators. And so for those of you who don't know what that is, basically the admin groups went out, or the admins of the group went out to find a bunch of different bloggers and vloggers, all those different types of really good material. And we basically said, share your stuff. And they did. And it just kind of took off. And now a few of them come back every once in a while. We get to interview. That's cool.
Yes, I want to start. Well, what I want to do is to, like, this first show is about the admins, and from next week too, every other Friday we'll be interviewing some of the other admins, and I want to also focus on the content creators because I think it's important that members get to know who we are.
So if you could pick one blogger for professional pet advice, who would be your favorite? Both of you go.
Lewis, you first.
Who's your favorite blogger of all time for positive pet advice?
Well, to be honest, at the moment, the thing that I've been doing with Lola and looking at values, I think it was something that Buzz Cecil shared that I got that from. But to be fair, the person that sort of piqued my interest the most on what he thinks and what he writes, he's quite non-present online now, but it was a guy called Bajan, and he was very up on not just the pet behaviour, but he was very interested in why people are attracted to those pet behaviours and why we do want the animals around and sort of the scientific explanations of anthropomorphism. And it was a lad called Pete Chan. But yeah, I would say he's the one out of the writers online here that have piqued my interest the most, definitely.
Lisa?
Now you've got to pick one.
Yeah, and I suffer from too much choice dilemma. I enjoy Elaine,
Before you
Eileen
answer.
Anderson, because she is a pet owner. She's not a pet trainer.
Is it Elaine or Eileen?
I think Elaine.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
But so she is a normal regular pet owner, but she has such a great interest in learning about animals, animal behavior trainers, and she's a fantastic writer. She gets
That's the thing. She's an author.
Yeah.
To me, she's an author. She does
Yes.
the research and then she writes about it. And
Yes.
the cool part about her is she's not like this big professional to make her business or try to make this big brand. She's won a few awards actually.
Yeah, she
She
has.
just got the Maxwell Award from the Dog Writers.
Yes, I
So
think
that's
so.
that's
Yeah.
really cool. I have to say she's one of my favorites too. I have to agree with you on that.
Yes.
She's absolutely one of my favorites right now.
And I enjoy like her language, how she puts things across simply that any and everybody. So a pet owner who has no idea of the science of dog training, they can understand it. And yet other dog trainers and professionals can also understand and totally relate to what she says.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
really enjoy her stuff. My brain is gone blank right now that I can't think of anyone else. There is a lady, Possibilities. She writes some really good stuff too that I enjoy. There's so many. Lara.
Which is why we have PPA, because
Yes.
then we can just share all this stuff and you take whatever you want,
Yes.
leave whatever you want,
Yeah.
and you can make your own opinion. But we'll give you our sound professional advice.
That's right.
Which is really cool. Sorry, I just tripped. Sitting down, I tripped.
You're
That
weird
was
like
so
that.
Skill. So we're nearing 37 minutes.
Okay.
Don't want to drag you guys on too long. Thank you for joining me. As always, Lisa. Thank you for having us. And I can't wait to see your show expand. Lewis, I'm hoping your show starts soon. And I hope somebody finds good information. And so if this could be an invite, go to Positive Pet Advice. If you haven't joined it yet, we will approve your request. Hashtag Bajan Bow Wow.
Bajan.
Bajan, like Cajun.
Yeah.
So the Bajan Bow Wow with Lisa G. White at the Bajan Dog Trainer. And Lewis Walton, thank you so much for joining us. I can't wait to have you back again too. You and I can let loose on camera.
No, don't.
We won't.
I'd like to say as well, seeing as we spoke about content creators earlier, any of the members on here that do have blogs or that do take a lot of interest and write towards anything, if they want to just join the group, message myself, message Lisa. There is a team of admins. Any of us will be happy to hear from you, and we are always looking for people to contribute towards what is available in the group on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, I just had a thought pop in my head. Yes, I know. Yeah, smoke.
I was wondering why your face was bright red.
Lewis, what is your greatest pet peeve about Positive Pet Advice? Ooh.
There's a Caribbean admin, I believe, is the biggest issue. But no, to be honest, it's just you do get periods where people do feel like they want to be getting involved in their arguments online. Or a lot of the time you seem to get people that are more interested in proving that they are correct than in actually putting that correct information out there to people. And as said earlier on, that is what the purpose of the group is it is there for people that want to be educated and that want to be able to have access to that information, to get it and to have it there and reliable. So that would probably be my pet peeve, is it were my positive pet peeve.
I agree.
What about you, Lisa?
Well, I totally agree with Lewis. It seems like around full moon time, or if Mercury is in Jupiter or whatever.
You say that every month then, and I
But
was like,
it's true though.
But it is.
It goes crazy.
Yes, it does. Fortunately, it's not. It doesn't happen too regular. But you have the trolls coming out, and you have the people who are just like in a mood, and they're argumentative, and they just want to bitch and attack people. And I'm sorry. Positive pet advice is about giving positive advice to our members. And it doesn't matter how stupid the question might appear to you, they honestly don't know. And they're asking for help. So you have to educate them. You know that old saying? You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar.
Very true.
Okay.
Very true.
And yeah, you know what? I get cranky and miserable too. And I just have to say, like, okay, I am backing off from this. Admin, is anybody on? Could y'all deal with this? Because I'm going to come across.
Did you go to a parochial school?
A what?
Did you go to a parochial school?
What is a parochial school?
I thought you went to like a Catholic school.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's parochial. So it's
kind
of funny, like in PPA, every time there's like a full moon, I feel like the nun coming out, and I'm like, put out your hand, because I need to spank it. You know what I mean? But it's really like if you're gonna troll, try to call somebody out, or you're gonna try to be rude. I think it's really important to know that I'll shut you down right away. I don't approve of it. We don't appreciate it. And if you're gonna point out somebody's fault, make sure you're not faulted yourself. Because
totally agree.
A hypocritical image is not what we're looking for. We're looking for cohesive information and just a happy place that people want to go to.
A safe place.
A safe place. Yeah. This is your toll-free suicide hotline for your pets. Like because as my phone is ringing from clients.
Oh God, mine too.
It's alright. So everybody that is positive pet advice. Co-owners Lisa G. White and Lewis Walton. If you got any questions, concerns, hit up the admin crew. We'll usually be able to handle them pretty easily. You guys all know who I am. I'm Neil Hutchins, aka Fairy, bringing you Bajan.
Should I smack him around? Yeah. Bajan.
Bajan.
I'm from Barbados, and we're known as Bajans.
Yeah. Wait till you see your new background. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Treat Fairy out.